Hello and welcome to this video in the series of videos where you, either as a judge or a court staff, can learn to navigate through the platform for the 24 into 7 on courts. In this video, we look at the module for process management, that is, processes such as issuing notice for Section 223 of BNSS, summons, warrants, or other such notices that the court may need to issue. In this particular video, we'll look at for all the previous mentioned processes, that is, notices, summons, and warrants, how do we perform certain tasks, such as issuing the order for said notices, or summons, or warrants, or task number two, which is how do you exactly issue the said process as a court staff. Task number three is to how to review the status of this issued processes. And the final task for all such processes would be reissuing the order for said processes. Let's start with the first process, that is the notices to be issued under Section 223 of BNSS. The first task in this as a judge is to issue the order for notices under Section 223 of BNSS. To do that, from your home screen, navigate in the Your Cases section to the respective case you want to issue the notice. In the right hand panel, you will see the Take Action button through which you can press on Generate Order button. In this order generation screen, select the order type from the drop down you want to issue. In our case, it is Order for Issue Notice. Once it is selected, all the pre-filled information such as date of hearing, notice type, notice to the party show up, which are relevant to this type of order. The date of hearing, as you can see, is pre-filled as per the previous order you would have issued for the date for hearing. In the notice type section, from the drop-down, select the type of notice that you want to issue. In this scenario, this is Section 223 notice. From the notice to party section, from the drop-down, you can select the party you want to issue the notice to. In this case, we are issuing the notice to the respondent. Once the respondent is selected, all the relevant details of their address and contact show up as pre-filled in the platform. In this case, the respondent's physical address is only available. You check mark whatever method through which you want to send the said notice. In this scenario, both e-post and registered post are available. You select both of these channels if you wish to send the notice through both of these channels. If you wish to make any comments, you can use the text box for the relevant field. Once all this is done, you can either choose to save the draft of this order, or you can press to finalize this order by pressing on the review order button at the right hand corner of the screen. Once you click on review order, you can see a preview of the said order. You can verify the details as per the template that all the relevant details have been filled in, and you can proceed to add signature if the order seems okay to you. From this window, you can proceed with either e-signing or uploading the order document with signature, and with that, after e-signing, you may issue the said order, which is discussed in detail in the orders video. Now, after the order for the notice has been issued, the advocate would have received a pending task to make the payment for all the channels he wishes to send the notice through. As and when he makes the payment for each of these channels, the respective notice comes to the court staff to sign and mark them as sent to the respective channel. This is the view of the home screen of the court staff. You will see from my cursor that there is a section named Review Summons, Notices and Warrants. The court staff can open up this section through the arrow button, and in this view, he'll get a list of all the said processes who need to be e-signed or signed by the court staff and need to be sent to the respective delivery channel for the delivery. The court staff in the section of pending can view all the documents or processes whose signature are pending, and in the sent section can view all the documents that have been already sent and or delivered to the respective delivery channel. The court staff can also filter the said notices or processes from the issue date, the order type, the status of the A sign, and also can search the E process with their unique ID. Now, to proceed with signing a particular notice, the court staff can choose from the list view available to him. For example, if I choose this particular notice that has been sent through the method of registered post 3 days ago to the court staff, which clearly shows the status as signed pending, simply clicking on this will lead you to the next screen. You can verify details in the top section here to review the notice document. You can review the notice if need be, and you can click on e-signing the said notice. The flow for e-signing is similar to as discussed in other modules. Once the signature is done, you'll see this screen as the confirmation message that the said process has been signed. You can click on the proceed to send button, which is this necessary step to do to confirm that the said notice has been sent to the relevant delivery channel. You will see this screen as the confirmation that the notice has been signed successfully. You'll need to click on mark as sent to complete the process. You can also print the said notice document, or you can use the copy button here to copy the submission ID if needed. Once clicked on mark as sent, the said notice will move from the pending tab to the sent tab. Now, if the said process has been sent through integrated channels such as e-post or police through iCops, an automated status, whether delivered or not delivered, would be received from the respective channel in a specified amount of time. However, in a scenario of registered post, or in case the integrated platform's servers are not working, the code staff would be required to manually update the status of the said process. This can be done by navigating to the sent section of the review summons notices and warrants screen. In this, the said process whose status is required to be updated can be selected. The status can be selected from the drop down whether it is delivered or not delivered. The said delivery date when the update is being made can be mentioned, and if any remarks, if need be, can be added, such as an address not found. And accordingly, the staff can update the status of this document. Now, once either the code staff updates the status of the sent process, or if the direct integrated partner such as police or post has sent the status of the said process, the judge will get a pending task to view the status of that said process. For example, in this case, you can clearly see in the pending tasks section on the right hand side, you see a pending task such as show notice status Mohammad Sawad versus QPA. The judge can click on this to get a detailed view of the said status. Now, in this case, as you can see, while issuing the order for this notice, you had issued the notice through post, SMS, and also registered post. In this screen, you can also see the relevant details to validate which case this is, who the notice was issued to, what was the next hearing date, and when the last notices were issued on. You can refer to get more details on the case through the view case button, or to get more details on the order through the view order button. You say here a number one notice, which means that this is the first round of delivery. That means that this All these delivery channels were used only through first order that the judges used to send these notices, and no reissuance has happened so far. Basis these statuses that are updated either through the integrated platforms or manually by the court staff, the judge may decide to either wait for more relevant statuses to come to by using the cross button, or he may decide to reissue these notices. When he clicks on reissuing notice button, the judge gets a pop-up which says that the next hearing is scheduled on so and so date, and asks if the judge wishes to reschedule the said hearing. This is because it may be likely that at the moment of reissuance, the date is very close to the issuance of delivery, and the delivery partner may not have enough time to get back with a status update post reissuance by the time the next posting is mentioned. The judge may decide to either skip and still continue to reissue the process, or may decide to reschedule the hearing first and then reissue the process. If you decide to reschedule the hearing, you'll have to first issue the order for rescheduling the hearing and then proceed with the flow as shown below. You'll have to order. This is the screen for issuing the order for notice. It is similar to as we discussed issuing the notice the first time. All the pre-filled information comes up as discussed earlier, and the notice can be issued, after which the advocate makes the payment again, after which the staff signs the process and sends it to the relevant delivery channel, as shown in the previous video. Now, moving on to summons as the process. If you want to issue the the first step or task would be issuing the order for issuance of summons. You may select the relevant case you want to issue the order in. Similarly, you select the take action button, use the generate order button to reach the order generation screen. You select the order type, but in this case, you select the order for issue of summons, which is different to as shown in the previous section of the video where we selected order for issuance of notice. Rest everything, as you can see, is heavily similar. Where the date for hearing is pre-filled, you may select the party to issue the summon to at this point of time. You may select the all relevant details that have been submitted during filing of the respondent, such as e-post, through registered post on that set address, and you can also now use police to use these deliveries. You can use the review orders button to proceed with signing the order and issuing the order as learned in the video for orders generation. Similarly, if you want to issue warrants to the individual, you may select the relevant case you want to issue orders or warrant in. Similarly, choose the take action button, select the generate order button, select order for issue of warrants from the drop down, select the warrant party to be issued to, select the type of warrant, which is an arrest warrant in this case, select the type of warrant, which is a non-bailable warrant in this case. If you select to issue a bailable warrant, you may have to input information which will be used to type the warrant format, such as number of sureties, one or two, and the amount to which the bailable warrant is set at. You may use the review order button to proceed with signing and issuing the order for issuance of warrants as discussed in the orders generation video. Once summons are issued, the advocates have made payments for the relevant channel. It will come to the court staff for signing these processes, which is summons in this scenario, and also marking them as sent, and also to initiate the process of delivery of the integrated platforms. In the scenario for registered post, the court staff would be required to physically collect the envelope from the advocate, print the drafted summons template, and have the relevant postal postman collect that summons from the Nazar branch. Only in the case of warrants, once the warrants are issued and the advocates have made payment for it, the e-signing of the warrant itself would not come to the staff but to the magistrate. The magistrate would get a pending task, and through which the magistrate can just review the drafted templatized warrant, sign it, and send it through the integrated platform of ICOPS of the police department. In case a summon or a warrant or a notice needs to be issued to a witness who is not already registered on the portal, on the order generation screen, you'll also see a button to add a new party or a witness. Once you access that, you can just enter the relevant details such as name and address of the witness, and the order can be issued for that process, and the rest of the process would remain the same. With that, we come to the end of the video where we learned about navigating through the module of process management, which is issuing, reissuing, and also reviewing the status of processes like notices, summons, and warrants. Thank you.